Hello, this is Trisha from Visit Mickey, and welcome to All Aboard with Visit Mickey podcast. So, this is episode 2, and we are here to talk to you about Disneyland. So, I'm back in my office today. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, back in the office, and I am wearing my Disneyland ears. So, these are my dated 2021 Disneyland ears. They are fabulous. They're sturdy. They're leather. You can kind of see how sturdy they are with me doing that. I've got my Mickey Spirit jersey and I am ready to go. So, Disneyland. They are having their 70th anniversary. It is kicking off in May, and we are learning more and more about what is coming, and we cannot wait to cover it for you. So beginning May 16th is the kickoff for the 70th celebration. And we're actually going to be there the first week of the celebration. We will not be there for the first day of the celebration. But honestly, I don't mind missing the first day because it is crazy the day something happens. So I'm okay. I'm okay with missing the very first day, but cannot wait to go. And I really feel this is going to be I'm going to have to go multiple times during the 70th. So the 70th anniversary of Disneyland is also known, Disneyland also known as the happiest place on earth, right? So the 70th, they are bringing happy into everything. So there's going to be a theme song for the 70th, and it's called Celebrate Happy. There is going to be a new World of Color show, and it is called Happiness, World of Color Happiness. So that's coming. Also, I would say World of Color, if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. It is amazing. The show is amazing. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but again, new show coming. The one that will be closing is World of Color 1. And sometimes I play that song. I love the song from World of Color 1. Sometimes just one drop is all it takes. And it is so good. What else is happening? We have a epic return, long awaited return of Paint the Night Parade. So Paint the Night Parade is, an LED neon color scheme of floats that will be returning. We are so excited. This parade debuted at the 60th anniversary, which Disneyland called their Diamond Anniversary. So during the Diamond Anniversary, I went to Disneyland 5 times in that 18-month celebration. 5 times. From Ohio, that's a pretty good number from Ohio. So it was such an incredible celebration. I bought so much merchandise. I cannot even tell you how much 60th anniversary merchandise I have, but I just love that celebration. It was my favorite to date. So let's see. I mean, including the celebrations I've been to at Walt Disney World. So let's see how the 70th rates compared to the 60th, which has been my favorite. Okay, so potentially there are new floats coming to Paint the Night. I've heard some comments, but I have not seen final confirmation on that. Definitely I've seen some updates, but I haven't seen completely brand new yet. What else is coming? Disneyland is bringing back their Wondrous Journeys Nighttime Spectacular and Castle Projection Show. When you see this, so they did have it 2 years ago. The 60th anniversary was called Forever, and it was very good. I actually loved the opening. It started with Walt, and then after that one closed, Wondrous came in, Wondrous Journeys. And that one, when you're watching it, I feel very Encanto, right? You see the butterflies, so much with the butterfly and the doors and stuff. And then the castle projection, sometimes you see that nod to Encanto. So a great story and a really beautiful song that goes with Wondrous Journeys. And it's on Apple Music, so you can look that up. It's on Instagram's music if you wanted to use it for something. Wondrous Journeys. Let's see. The Better Together Pixar Pal Parade is going to be in Disney California Adventure. And that's going to be like the daytime parade. And the new Tapestry of Happiness. So Tapestry of Happiness is going to be a projection show on It's a Small World facade. So if you have not been to Disneyland, you may not realize that the It's a Small World building is outside. So that like the face and the clock and all that in Disney World is inside a building. But in Disneyland, it's all outside. So the projection happens on the facade of It's a Small World, and it's going to be basically a love letter to Mary Blair. So Tapestry of Happiness. So the projection show is called Tapestry of Happiness, but what is going to be played is Celebrate Happy the song during the projection show. So we're really looking forward to anything new that's coming, but definitely the It's a Small World at Disneyland is so special. It really is special. Riding it, getting the moments, the special moments that happen at the Disneyland one, where you see the Disney and Pixar characters are incorporated into your ride in the country that they belong in. And so now to have something on the outside, the projection show on the outside be unique for It's a Small World, very excited for that. It'll be interesting because when there is a nighttime projection on the castle, there are generally 3 projection spaces. So the Matterhorn has a projection, It's a Small World facade has a projection, and the castle has a projection. And they are all mapped beautifully, perfectly to where they're being shown. So when will Tapestry of Happiness happen differently than the castle projection show of Wondrous Journeys? I don't know. They don't have like times in here yet, but it seems to me like those are going to be different shows. So the Tapestry of Happiness must have a different time than the Wondrous Journeys does, because Wondrous Journeys will also have its own little overlay. And a lot of words here, but good stuff, all good stuff. What else is coming with the 70th? Of course, we have new costumes. So I'm sure you've seen them online. The very bright costumes, right? Purples, bright pinks, bright blues, really different for Mickey, especially. I feel like his costume was a really new type of costume for him. Minnie's is adorable. I haven't seen Daisy's yet. Now, I gotta say, I always feel Daisy gets the most fabulous version of the costumes when they come out. So this is going to be exciting to see what Daisy has. We've seen Donald. We just haven't seen Daisy. There's also going to be a Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. Now, here is the big news when it comes to the cavalcade. We are going to be seeing Duffy and Shelley May. So I don't know how much you know about Duffy and Shelley May, but they debuted years and years and years ago in Disney World. Technically, the opening day of World of Toys at Disney Springs was like the first official day of Duffy the Disney Bear. And when you bought Duffy the Disney Bear, you got his book. So that's going back like years and years and years. But then he debuted in Epcot later as a character in Epcot that you could go see. And then he kind of went away and became an Asian market phenomenon. So you can go to the special fantasy land and have like Duffy land essentially in the Asian markets, right? So we have Hong Kong and Tokyo are both really, really big in Duffy and Friends. So if you're following Hong Kong Disneyland's Instagram account, you see them constantly. They're constantly showing posts of Duffy and Friends. So Duffy being the main bear, the bear that Minnie made for Mickey to take a voyage across the sea. Like that's his origin story. And from the origin story of Duffy came his friends, Shelley May being a bear that's similar to him, right? And then their friends grew from there and grew and grew. So Duffy and Shelley May of the Duffy and Friends are making their way back to the States for like a residency, kind of, is the best way I could describe it. So that is major. And major for people who have been following the journey. I'm going to go back. I'm going to guess. I do have to guess here because so my daughter is 19 and 7. Gosh, 14 years ago? I'm going to guess around 14 years ago, we took them to Epcot and got them their first Duffy, my daughters. I got them their first Duffy and outfit with it. And so all of your outfits, like you could buy, oh, there's a wall full of Duffy costumes, and Duffy could dress like any of the other characters out there. And he had a sailor costume. So it's a whole phenomenon. And so that they are back is a very big deal in our family anyway, because like we have the costumes, we have, a pristine Duffy that no one ever touched and one that was slept with every night for years. So we have one that looks well, well, well loved. And then we also have them like looking pristine and perfect. So anyway, happy cavalcade coming with Duffy and Shelley May. There's going to be 70th anniversary themes inside rides. It's a Small World is one, Toy Story, Midway Mania is another. And then there's going to be 70th anniversary merchandise. We've already seen a lot of it. And we've already seen a lot of food. So cute stuff, cute food, and lots of sprinkle and sparkle involved in everything. So the 70th anniversary begins in Disneyland May 16th of this year, and it is a 15-month celebration. So I am hoping that me talking about Disneyland gets you all sparked up to be like, gotta go. Because if this is going to be anywhere near as good as the 60th, you are not going to want to miss it. Now, just some side notes here. Disneyland is like it for me. It's my favorite. If I am only given Walt Disney World and Disneyland as choices year after year after year after year, I am going to Disneyland. What is so amazing about it, you might wonder, but I love that it's a 100% walkable park. Like, we always stay on property, and then we leave our room and we walk to the park, and we never have to get into a bus. It's not 40 square miles and you have to bus everywhere you go and you're walking 18,000 steps a day. I mean, you're probably still walking 10,000 steps a day. However, you are, walking out of your hotel. If you have kids in strollers or if you have people with mobility issues, boom, you're not opening and closing a stroller constantly. You're just getting it and going. And if you have to do stroller parking for something, you do stroller parking for something. But you're just going, right? So you leave your room, and depending on the hotel you choose is how quickly you get into the park. So Disneyland has 3 hotels and then a bunch of good neighbor hotels. But the 3 that are on property are Disney's Grand Californian. This is the closest to the parks. And then Disneyland Hotel. And this is the first hotel, like the original, the one that Walt was involved in building, and a great story behind how he got to build it. But of course, more happened after his death. But just this original Fantasyland tower building, Walt was involved in. And then Pixar Place. So these are the 3 hotels. So let's go into a little bit about them. So we're going to start with the closest one. So Disney's Grand Californian Hotel is an arts and crafts style hotel. And so that's very rustic, lots of wood beams, beautiful stone fireplace. And it has a side entrance that goes right into Disney's California Adventure. And this is probably, if I can stay at any of them, this is the hotel I'm staying at, because the proximity of I could be from my room into a park, not just leaving my hotel, but I could be in a park in 5 minutes. You do have to go through security, so sometimes there are lines and sometimes hardly any line, but your security is right there at your hotel. So when you're leaving your hotel to head to the park, you go through security. So if you go out the one entrance into California Adventure, boom, right into California Adventure, and you're kind of in the middle of the park at that side entrance. And that's really incredible. So instead of having to go over to main gate and go all the way through the process down the boulevard to get to where you're going, boom, you're there. And there is a ride called Grizzly River Run. It's a very popular ride. And there is a long line during the summer months. And so it's a water ride, right? Grizzly River. So it's a water ride. So it's a fabulous ride during the summer. It's got long lines, and that's where the entrance drops you out. So boom, as soon as you get out there, you could go to Grizzly River Run. Now, how I use that ride is it's usually the last ride we do before we're going inside, because I know I'm getting wet. There are way too many opportunities to get soaked on that ride. So I don't do that ride first. I do it last and then head back into the room. So that's like my little thing. So this is Grand Californian is a deluxe resort. And so you're going to have the 2 queen beds or a king if you choose that, in your options. A nice ample sized room. Most of the rooms have a pull down couch as well. Most of the rooms fit 5 people, but some of the rooms are only for 4 people. If it's a king bed, only 2 people. And a nice sized bathroom, nicely accommodated. The nice high-end soaps and all that are provided, a refrigerator, a little desk and chair area. So that's like what to expect. But again, very rustic. Chippendale and Bambi are often used in the artwork because, again, rustic. So you're thinking you want that woodland kind of vibe, just but rustically beautiful. I don't want to think, a log cabin or something, because not really, but it is rustically beautiful and it's arts and craft design. So official kickoff of the 70th is May 16th, and it is a 15-month celebration. Now, we do not have an end date yet, and I think that is because I think how it looks based on what they're saying is it's going to end on the actual 71st anniversary, the day after. That's what I think because of some of the things that they've said, but they haven't put that anywhere like in writing. So July 17th of this year will be the actual 70th. And so it'll go through the 71st. And I think it's the day after, or maybe that Saturday after, like maybe it'll go through the end of the week, but July of next year. So you have a 15-month window to get to Disneyland to experience the 70th anniversary. And if you wanted to go this year for the summer season, which is going to be mid-May, a lot of schools get out mid-May through pretty much the end of September, there are discounts going on right now. So there are, up to 30% off for stays of 4 nights or more. If you have a Disney Visa, you can save an additional 5%. And you can get the 0% off for 6 months on your vacation package. So it's a great way to extend your vacation, by having that 0% for 6 months. They also have a ticket special, if you were going to do a different kind of booking, right? If you want to do like a room only in the ticket special. But honestly, the special that I just talked about, the 38%, or if you have the Disney Visa, even better. So we would love to help you. We would love to help you experience the 70th and really see a major, major celebration. I do feel bad because for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, I don't feel like they got to have a full celebration because of the pandemic was still affecting them, right? But I do feel this 70th anniversary is going to be everything. The 60th, which was the diamond, was amazing. And I think the 70th is going to give it a run for its money. I cannot wait to go there this May and get information and come back and show you pictures and, put them on our podcast as well, create reels so that you're sharing. So I hope you're watching our social media, which is Visit Mickey, at Visit Mickey on Facebook, at Visit Mickey on Instagram, and then here on the All Aboard with Visit Mickey, both on podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, and then also Visit Mickey's YouTube page. So thank you so much for watching. If you're finding us, I hope that you will subscribe and, like so that you don't miss a moment. Thank you. This is Trisha from Visit Mickey. Have a great night.
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.